Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 26th of Jan 2023 and looks like the global cryptocurrency market is relatively the same, but the price of Bitcoin is on the verge of crossing the $23,000 mark. Now what are your price predictions, guys? By the end of January, is it possible that the price of Bitcoin will touch the $23,000 mark or will it go below? Now I have this very strong feeling that the price of Bitcoin might just collapse, but the biggest news that is circulating in the cryptocurrency world is about Aptos, and Aptos has gone up by well over 43% since the last 24 hours and over 143% since the last 7 days. So in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing what Aptos is. I'll give a very brief overview at a very basic level of what Aptos is, because look guys, the team behind Aptos was also working for Meta, or formerly known as Facebook, and as you know, Facebook did have a project called as DM, which is unfortunately closed down, but that same team is behind Aptos. You will definitely go ahead and look at that. In today's episode, we're also going to be talking about some drama regarding Binance's stablecoin, and that is Binance USD, and looks like there's some heavy miscalculation, so we'll go ahead and explore what the drama is all about. And we also have some news regarding Elon Musk. Now look guys, you need to follow Elon Musk via Twitter, because he has actually changed his name from Elon Musk to Mr. Twitter on Twitter. But the news is regarding Tesla. Now Tesla has reported that they have neither bought nor sold Bitcoin. Now is that bullish? I really am not sure, but this is definitely some news. And today's episode, we're also going to be talking about a Republican senator called Wendy Rogers, who's planning to make Bitcoin a legal tender in the state of Arizona. And I'm going to be sharing my opinions and thoughts if it is a good thing or it is a bad thing. Now while we're on the topic of politics, a left-leaning retail giant which has recently gone woke called Nike also has a campaign called as Create With Us, and we're going to discuss how you can be a part of it and probably even grab $5,000 as part of its story program, and how that is connected to NFTs and quite a lot of other. Now like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we're going to be discussing two news from UAE, and the first news is about a crypto options exchange called as Deribit, and they are planning to move to Dubai, and this news is circulated via Cointelegraph, so looks like this is definitely going to be some massive news. And the second news is from Abu Dhabi, and Emirates Zone Investment Services have signed a partnership with Binance Pay, and looks like they're going to be incorporating Binance Pay in order to help their customers, so definitely productive news. So we got a lot to cover in today's episode, so let's kickstart today's episode. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee Date has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us. From the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies, we'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee Date. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee Date, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Firstly guys, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called Rise in the Obstacle Course Race, and Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since we've taken care of that, let's kickstart the episode by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now since the last 24 hours though, there hasn't been much movement, but the price of Bitcoin and Aptos have definitely gone to the roof. The global crypto market as of today is $1.04 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 2.07%. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is $62.80 billion. Now what I'm really liking guys, in the month of January, the market volume has definitely increased, because in 2022, the 24-hour crypto market volume was ridiculously low, but January looks like it is having a good start, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 11%. The total volume in DeFi is currently at $5.36 billion, and the total value locked is $47.61 billion, and Lido is still dominating with 17.10%, and $8.14 billion is locked in the protocol. And once again guys, in the month of January, DeFi is accounting for a high percentage in comparison in the second half of 2022. Now as of today, DeFi accounts for 9.1% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume, and MakerDAO has $7.19 billion locked in its protocol, followed by Curve Finance at $4.76 billion, Aave at number 4 at $4.61 billion, and Convex Finance at $4.08 billion. Now let's look at the volume of stablecoins, because in today's episode, we're going to be discussing some not so good news about Binance USD, and I did cover about this few days ago as well. The volume of all stablecoins is at $55.60 billion, and stablecoin accounts for 88.54% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume, with Tether leading the pack at $39.89 billion, Circle USD at $3.94 billion. Now look guys, regarding Circle USD, there is some drama, some blame game going on with SEC, and there are some rumors stating that Circle's CEO, did actually blame SEC because they did not let the deal go through. That is something to do with SPAC. But there is another report which states that Circle CEO does not actually blame SEC. So a lot of drama going on between Circle USDC and SEC. But the biggest drama is about Binance USD, which we'll definitely go ahead and look at that in today's episode. But that thing being said, the volume of Binance USD or BUSD is $11.39 billion. Let's look at the market share, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin's market share has gone up at $442 billion, whereas Ethereum's market share has also gone up, but is significantly less than the 50% mark of Bitcoin's market share, and Ethereum's market share is $196 billion. The 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin is at $31.3 billion. Ethereum is at $10.3 billion. And if you look at the dominance, Bitcoin's dominance is 42.33%, followed by Ethereum's dominance at 18.80%. Now today, guys, I'm going to be looking at the total amount of incoming value to decentralized apps, smart contract, and Uniswap version 3 is at $5.7 billion, followed by Simple FX at $1.01 billion. Looks like both of them are exchanges. And the third one is YOLO Finance with $544.3 million, followed by Inch Network at $279.85 million, followed by Curve Finance at $206.71 billion. Now, to be honest, guys, I haven't heard of YOLO Finance. Now, if you do have any experience or are using YOLO Finance, I'll definitely be keen to hear from you guys. So mention your thoughts and comments in the comment sections below. Now let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, because there is a very high possibility that it might cross the $23,000 mark. And as of today, the price of Bitcoin is $22,968. Since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 1.51%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 10.73%. The price of Ethereum is $1,604. Since the last 24 hours, it is up by 3.53%. Since the last 7 days, though, it is still up by 5.63%. Binance Coin is at $304. Since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.93%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 5.09%. But listen, guys, the biggest take that is going on right now in the world of cryptocurrency is about Aptos. And I do remember Coin Bureau has been talking about Aptos quite a lot. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 143% as on-chain data development has shot up. And this data can be validated with CoinDesks as well. And listen, guys, the token APT for Aptos hit a new record high and is currently up by 427%. Now, if you do want to read through some articles, News BTC did put out a very good summary of what is going on, particularly since January. Now look, guys, could it be possible that this might just be a temporary hype? I definitely do think so. But what I tend to do in Crypto and Coffee at 8, I do not give any investment advice. I'll just try to break it down what Aptos is. So let me try to explain Aptos at a very, very basic level. So essentially, Aptos is a blockchain that employs a novel smart contracting platform language called Move, which was independently developed by Meta, or formerly known as Facebook. Now listen, guys, Facebook did have a project called as DM, which is D for David, I for India, E for Elephant, M for Mother. And they did have a congressional hearing which lasted for 2 days, and there was quite a lot of drama as well. But nonetheless, the blockchain engineers for DM are the ones behind Aptos, and the vision for Aptos is to bring mainstream adoption to Web3 and empower an ecosystem of decentralized apps to solve real-world user problems. Now, one of the major selling points of Aptos is its transaction output. Now, the team behind Aptos claim that its network can process over 150,000 transactions per second, which is significantly higher than Ethereum's mainnet, which I believe right now is somewhere between 12 to 15 transactions per second. And this transaction throughput is possible through a parallel execution engine called Block STM, which is essentially a BFT or Byzantine fault tolerance proof of stake consensus mechanism. Now look, guys, you truly need to understand what the blockchain trilemma problem is. That is security, scalability, and decentralization. Now, is it possible that the team is compromising on centralization? Now, the team of Aptos is led by the CEO Mo Sheikh and Chief Technology Officer Avery Shing. Now both of them were former employees of Facebook or Meta, and Mo and Avery guys worked together on the DM blockchain project at Meta and decided to create Aptos Labs when the DM project was discontinued in January of 2022. And if I'm not mistaken, Silvergate was one of the companies that did actually try to buy this project. I really am not sure. But nonetheless, other members of Aptos team include researchers, designers, and engineers from DM. Now, what happened in March of 2022? Aptos raised $200 million in a seed round led by venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz, also called as A16Z, and other crypto heavyweights like Tiger Global, Multicoin Capital took part in the funding round. And fast forward to July 2022, the startup raised another $150 million in Series A round led by the legend Sam Bankman-Fried, the icon from FTX. And because of that, there was a lot of news regarding Aptos, and I very specifically remember Coin Bureau has been talking quite a lot about Aptos, and Binance Labs also made a strategic investment in Aptos, bringing its valuation to $4 billion in September 2022. What happened in October 2022, I believe it was on the 18th, Aptos announced the mainnet launch, while the Aptos Genesis occurred on October 12, 2022. So essentially, in summary, Aptos is a blockchain that aims to bring mainstream adoption to Web3 and empower an ecosystem of decentralized apps to solve real-world user problems. Now, the biggest takeaway is its high transaction output, which they claim to be 150,000 transactions per second, and this is possible through its parallel execution engine, and it is built by using the programming language called as Move, which is essentially a new smart contracting program language that claims to offer advantage over Ethereum Solidity. Aptos has upgradability, configurability, and horizontal throughput scalability to the natively implemented sharding feature. So look guys, if you're a technical nerd, you definitely need to check this out, because the team behind Aptos is led by Mo Sheikh and Avery Shing, who are former employees of Facebook or Meta. Now, what the future holds for Aptos, I really am not sure. I do have this feeling that this might just be a temporary move and the process might collapse. But once again, guys, all price predictions are 100% right 50% of the time. Now, let's talk about some drama between Binance USD, and CoinDesk article states Binance USD stablecoin has seen a $2 billion reduction in a month, and this is because of Binance's token mismanagement. And Binance circulating supply did actually fall down to $15.4 billion on Wednesday, paring down $1 billion over the past week and $2 billion in a month, and according to cryptocurrency price market tech. And you can validate all these transactions at CoinGecko, even at CoinMarketCap. Now listen guys, if you look at the volume of stable coins, what I'd really recommend you to do is look at the 24-hour trading volume as opposed to the market cap, because the market cap might be significantly higher. In case of stablecoin, that does not mean anything because the value of stablecoin is close to $1. Let me give you a summary of essentially what has happened. Binance is a large cryptocurrency exchange and has been experiencing issues with its stablecoin BUSD, and this stablecoin is pegged to the value of US dollar and is issued to traders to convert trading money to digital assets and trading cryptocurrencies. However, there have been problems with how Binance has been managing the token, including not having enough reserves to fully back it, and there was quite a lot of drama towards the end of 2022, and as a result, the value of Binance USD had decreased and fewer people were using it. Binance did actually acknowledge this issue and was working to fix them, but looks like the stablecoin has fallen behind its competitors. But listen guys, if you were to look at the volume and compare it with Circle USDC, Binance USD's volume has definitely been going up. But listen guys, the biggest drawback for Binance is Binance's banking partner has said they will no longer process smaller transactions using the SWIFT system. And that's one of the reasons guys, the stable market has been decreasing for the past 10 months, and with central bank digital currencies kicking in, I really am not sure what the future of stablecoins is. So I have 3 questions for you guys. Are stablecoins turning out to be a safe haven, particularly in terms of inflation? That is definitely not ideal. The second one is, do stablecoins follow the principles of open blockchain? Now at this point of time, if you're into the blockchain world, I really am sure that you should know the answer to this. And finally, the third question is, How will central bank digital currencies impact stablecoins? Now listen guys, if you're listening to this podcast, I have posted these questions. So go to the show notes, you will see these questions and you're more than welcome to answer it and share your opinion. Now let's talk about some news regarding Elon Musk. And Tesla has decided to hold on to its Bitcoin in its quarter four despite market turbulence. And Tesla's financials actually show that it neither bought nor sold any of its Bitcoin for the second quarter in a row. And Cointelegraph did actually publish a report that states that Tesla and Elon Musk are sticking to the ethos of HODL, that is hold on to dear life. And it states that Tesla continues to hold roughly 9,720 Bitcoins, only losing $34 million on its investment price due to the price decline towards the end of 2022. And listen guys, one reason why Elon Musk did actually stop accepting Bitcoin as payment is because of the ESG concern. There is only one person and one company behind ESG, and that is BlackRock. And Larry Fink, he's the CEO of a $1 trillion company who does actually write a letter about ESG concerns, so definitely not ideal. Now while we're on that topic, let's discuss some political news. When you talk about politics, ideally Bitcoin is created as a movement towards separation of money and the state, but politics and politicians do have a very strong say in the trajectory and direction of Bitcoin. Left-leaning ideologies and politicians are definitely not in favor of Bitcoin, not in favor of open source, not in favor of freedom of speech. Right-wing politicians, on the other hand, are definitely pro-Bitcoin, they're definitely pro-freedom of speech. And Republican Senator Wendy Rogers from Arizona has introduced a set of bills aimed at making Bitcoin a legal tender in Arizona. This would allow state agencies to accept Bitcoin. Now what this would mean is that every individual and business entities can pay for debts, taxes and other financial obligations with the US dollar as well as with Bitcoin. Now if you look at it, this sounds like a brilliant idea, but will you be paying Bitcoin to pay for your taxes? I really don't think so. This would actually mean that all transactions that are currently done in US could also be potentially done with Bitcoin. But this might be a positive news, but if you look at it at a macro level, I have few questions. What happens when there is a fork of Bitcoin? And how did making Bitcoin a legal tender did actually benefit El Salvador? Now I really strongly feel that the growth of Bitcoin should be organic. And listen guys, if you follow Andres Antonopoulos, who's if not one of the greatest educators in the world of Bitcoin and Ethereum, he has often said that Bitcoin being a legal tender by any country is definitely not ideal. So listen guys, if you're listening to Bitcoin maximalists and Bitcoin cryptocurrency influencers, stay away from the news that talks that this is a positive news. And look, I absolutely adore and like Bitcoin, but if you look at this at a macro level, this news is definitely not ideal. Now let's discuss some news from Nike, which is a left-leaning woke giant, and they have released a campaign called as Create With Us. And this is done with .swoosh Studio, and the hashtag that they use is hashtag #YourForce1Challenge. So essentially, it gives users the ability to collaborate directly with Swoosh and get rewarded for your creation. So what you need to do is you need to create a story for your Instagram. And listen guys, they have also given detailed guidelines on how you need to create your story. So definitely brilliant stuff. What I would really recommend you to do is read through these guidelines, because the winner can take $5,000 and then will be invited to collaborate with Nike designers to build one-on-one virtual creation inspired by the work. So definitely some positive news, particularly so far as Web 3.0 is concerned and in the field of NFT. Now guys, let's discuss two news regarding UAE. And the first news was published by Cointelegraph, and this is about crypto options exchange called Deribit. So let me try to give out some information about what Deribit is. Now they were launched in June of 2016, and the website is deribit.com. That is D for David, E for Elephant, R for Roger, I for India, B for Bravo, I for India, T for Tango. Now Deribit is a cryptocurrency futures and options exchange with its headquarters located in Panama City, Panama. And Deribit started as a fully dedicated Bitcoin trading platform. However, since then, Ethereum contracts have been added and more currency contracts will be updated. Now, all this information is available on the website, and the customers can trade perpetual futures and options contracts. And Deribit is growing rapidly and is among the top exchanges providing crypto futures and perpetual contract trading. And furthermore, guys, Deribit remains the leading exchange offering European-style cash-settled crypto options and continues to set the standard for the industry. So if you go to the website, it does provide some useful information. So essentially, Deribit is an institutional-grade cryptocurrency derivatives platform leading the crypto options market. High matchmaking engine capacity, low latency, advanced risk management, and high liquidity makes Deribit a unique industry player. Now they're focusing on three things on their website, and they claim that they have superior system architecture, advanced multi-level security, and global partner network. So definitely brilliant stuff. Now so far as the news is concerned, the news is Deribit, the world's largest Bitcoin and Ether options exchange, is planning to move to Dubai as regulators in Dubai are providing greater clarity on crypto regulatory guardrails, and the exchange does plan to open a Dubai office staffed by a team of 10 people composed of both local hires and companies' existing talent, and the move could take place somewhere in summer. Now Deribit is also planning to expand in Brazil, the UK and Singapore. And look guys, Dubai has positioned itself as a forward-thinking hub for crypto companies seeking counter treatment from regulators during the market downturn. Dubai has granted licenses to crypto exchanges such as Binance, Bybit, Coinmino, Crypto.com, and quite a lot of other. And Dubai has been trying to attract more crypto companies as it contends with the housing market slowdown that has hindered its famed real estate industry. And look guys, there's so much of competition that is going on right now. And one thing which I've often said in my podcast right now, Dubai is turning out to be a red ocean, which means great thing from a customer's point of view. It means you get quicker services, better quality and cheaper products. Now let's discuss the second news, and that is regarding Emirates Zone Investment Services. And the news is that Emirates Zone Investment Services from Abu Dhabi signed a partnership agreement with Binance. So let me try to give out some information regarding Emirates Zone Investment Services. So essentially, they are a business management consultancy in Abu Dhabi. And Emirates Zone Investment Services are the leading foreign investment consulting firm in the UAE with over 10 years of professional experience offering investment consulting services to corporations, investors, startup and small-medium enterprises planning to start a business in Abu Dhabi, Dubai and across other parts of Middle East and North Africa region, also called as the MENA region. And Emirates Zone Investment Services eases global investment that promotes UAE economic priorities. They support investors in companies with core innovation to help long-term sustainable markets and region-wide success in UAE and anywhere across the Middle East. And the news is Emirates Zone Investment Services signed a partnership agreement with Binance. Now, Emirates Zone Investment Services is based in Abu Dhabi, and their aim is to facilitate the adoption of digital currency in the region. The company aims to make it easy for businesses to launch projects with confidence, and accepting cryptocurrency payments will create more opportunities for global businesses in the UAE. And Emirates Zone has partnered with Binance to raise awareness of its services and promote the Binance platform as well. Now, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be using Binance Pay, and Binance Pay will be a big draw for local and global startup business community, particularly in the UAE. So Emirates Zone offers advanced and comprehensive platforms for entrepreneurs to establish their companies. Services include completing incorporation procedures, obtaining licenses, and completing government transactions. Now, using cryptocurrencies, I do feel will be a great deal. Now, they provide accessible information, email notification, and service evaluation surveys to reduce client costs, times, and efforts, and they are constantly aiming to provide new technology solutions and renew existing digital offerings that benefits entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs. Now, it's great to see that companies are using cryptocurrencies, but listen guys, this goes back to the very basics of Bitcoin. Why was Bitcoin created? Bitcoin was created so that transactions are peer-to-peer. The very definition of Bitcoin is it is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So ideally what Emirates Zone Investment Services should have done, they should have accepted cryptocurrencies without the use of Binance. So essentially the payments will be directly from the customer, directly to Emirates Zone Services. But nonetheless, using Binance Pay in the interim could be beneficial and might help them set up the services. The Sanat Al-Makbali, the CEO of Emirates Zone, said that the partnership with Binance will represent a turning point for the company and will contribute to a better definition of its services And Nadeem Lapki, who I've mentioned quite a number of times in my podcast, he's the Executive Director of Business Development and Strategic Partnership at Binance, said the Emirates Zone's decision to accept cryptocurrency payments with Binance Pay demonstrates its forward-looking view and approach to the future of industry, and Emirates Zone is committed to providing new technology solutions and renewing existing digital offerings that benefits entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs. And the company's main objective is to empower foreign investors and small and medium-sized companies and provide the opportunity to launch projects with confidence and ease. So it looks like this partnership at a macro level might turn out to be great. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee Update from Blockchain DXP. In case if you have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxp.com, and also check out my website www.blockchaindxp.com, and also check out my other website, that is area2071.com, that tracks everything regarding Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXP. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Roshan who asks, what recommendation would you have for Dubai as a city? Now Roshan, I'm hoping that you're asking this question in terms of cryptocurrencies. One area or blue ocean area right now for Dubai is in the area of stable coins. Now look, Dubai has all the top cryptocurrency exchanges right now. It has all the funding. One thing what only Dubai can do right now, maybe even the government can do, is they can issue a stable currency somewhat similar to Tether USDT, Circle USDC, and quite a lot of other. There are a couple of advantages that Dubai as a city has. First one, the most important one, is the government is showing initiative and they offer support. The second one is the funding. Dubai can create funds in order to provide backup for these stable coins. And the third and the most important thing, we have VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, which has crystal clear directions on how to go and issue stable coins. Now, at this point of time, this is still in the works, but as a city, what I would really like to see is if there is any company, maybe even a government or maybe a private company joining with the government and issuing stable coins. And these stable coins can be backed with US dollar. I don't like the idea of stable coins being backed by gold, because who does the audit? How does the audit thing work? Is the gold reserved? And how often is the audit done? So there are a lot of challenges, particularly when you discuss about gold. But in case of US dollar, what the government can do, or what companies merging with governments can do, is start issuing stable coins. And I really feel, Roshan, that Dubai can give real strong competition to Tether USDT. They could start issuing stable coins, and that is one area, or so-called blue ocean area, in the cryptocurrency world which has not been looked at least for now, in the cryptocurrency world in Dubai. That is one real strong advice. Other than that, I think Dubai is doing absolutely brilliant. Dubai, I very strongly feel, is taking 10 steps ahead compared to, let's say, other countries, let's say like India, compared to, let's say, other countries. Now, they're taking a lot of initiative, but at the same time, the government is also providing support. So that is one beautiful area. And if you do have any idea, I'll be more than happy to connect you to other people, or if any of the listeners do have the relevant funding, do have the relevant idea, I do feel that we can put up a team, and it might just take maybe 3 to 6 months to get this project rolling. But stable coins issued by a private company merging with governments, I do think will be an absolutely game changer, not just for Dubai, probably for the cryptocurrency industry as well. So that is one strong recommendation, Roshan, that I would have. So that's all for today, guys, in the Crypto and Coffee Update from Blockchain DXP. In case if you have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxp.com, and also check out my website www.blockchaindxp.com, and also check out my other website, that is area2071.com, that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee Update, where we cover job news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes in the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.